Alright, this was basically a game of runs the entire night, so it was even throughout, and both sides were just exploiting matchups to create advantages. The Lakers were either bringing Turner into the action to exploit his shows, or the Pacers smalls to play bully ball, and both options were just opening up their entire offense, because they were getting whatever they wanted. Whenever Turner was up, or whenever Tyrese tried to hedge, that was putting two on the rock for swings, or even sprays, and it was the same thing whenever the stars were attacking the Pacers smalls, especially BRON in the post, because he always made the right read to kick out of doubles. If anything, they generated a lot of open looks from deep, so they should have converted more than they did, but at least it wasn't just those, because Hayes was getting easy lobs on the rolls, and if the others weren't just eating off the Stars' gravities, then the Stars were just having their way. But it was their defense that got him control of the game early, because they finally got stops at the start of the second, and that turned into a 15-0 run they capitalized on. The Pacers' second unit had no idea how to combat the Lakers reading everything, so they were terrible throughout, and their minutes were basically hot potato, because none of them could break down that first line. But that brick wall only lasted for that quarter, so the Lakers couldn't really maintain their control throughout, and more times than not, they were way too easy to break down. I lost track of the amount of times they got beat off the dribble, got burned for taking a quick nap on a screening action, or gave up an easy cut, and the turnovers didn't help, because every time they tried to thread a pass in a small window, it was just easy pickings for a run out, so those fed into the Pacers' pace. A lot of it was Tyrese pushing the rock, and that was a big reason for them running it back in the third, because he got Turner on a heater with his sprays, but he was doing just as much with his own matchup hunting throughout the night. He kept looking for Luka or Hayes to exploit, and that strategy damn near won him the game down the wire, because him and Nembhard just went at Luka non-stop to go on a late run that gave him the lead in the last 2 minutes. With the momentum on their side, it was their game to win at the crib, but they had two big mistakes that cost them right after, and first was them not calling a timeout after they got the stop they needed, because Rick Carlisle should have subbed Tyrese back in for a potential dagger. Now, I don't know if he just felt confident without Tyrese out there because they were somewhat scoring with him on the bench throughout the quarter, but he should have been out there after making their last 2 buckets, and of course without him, their second unit just ran into one final possession of hot potato. That in turn caused a second mistake, because after Bron's smart sell on Mathurin, he leaked out immediately, so the Pacers couldn't set their defense, and with all of them panicking, not one of them realized they had a foul to give. The coaches couldn't even get any one of their attention, so the scramble was inevitable, and it was only fitting Bron called game with a 2-for-1 tip off a hectic situation he created. Just watch the tape.
LeBron James at the buzzer!